Namaste and hello. This is your Sanskrit instructor welcoming you back into lesson number 20. For the past two videos, we were going over the introduction to conjugation, and now we are ready to do our first conjugation. So in this video, we're going to learn how to do the formation of the base in the first conjugation out of the 10 conjugations that exist in Sanskrit. So remember I said that a verbal root, it takes guna or vriddhi based upon what are the rules of the first conjugation. So now we are going to take a look at what are the rules in the first conjugation that we need to follow in order to form that verbal root for the first conjugation. So here are the rules. The final vowel and the short medial vowel of a root take guna. So we're talking about guna. A medial vowel, what is a medial vowel? A medial vowel is a vowel that stands between consonants. So a short medial vowel would actually be, an example of a short medial vowel would be vowels such as a, I, and u. But long medial vowels would be a, I, and u. Okay, those are examples of long medial vowels. So long medial vowels do not take guna. When a short medial vowel is followed by a compound consonant, it is counted as long. In a previous video, we did go over some compound consonants to refresh your memory. An example of that was k with a halant plus the cerebral sh gave you ksha for an example. So when a short medial vowel is followed by that's an example of a compound consonant, then it will be counted as long, and then that root word, that verbal root would not take guna. You would just leave it as it is. But we're not going to stop it right there because there are more rules to follow. So right now, for now, let's keep in mind final vowel and short medial vowel of a verbal root takes guna, but a long medial vowel does not. And a short medial vowel is considered to be a long medial vowel when it is followed by a compound consonant. Okay. As you can notice, all of the things that I taught you before this video, they're like slowly coming together. So let's move on. So after you put that into guna, after taking guna or no guna at all, the base is formed. You formed your base, and that's what the last video focused upon. And now you're ready for conjugation. However, before doing your conjugation using the verbal base, you have to do the following. So the letter a is added before the terminations. So you're adding that to the verbal root, and then you're putting your terminations. And then that a becomes a before the terminations, beginning with a ma or a va, a m or a v, because they have a halant. That's why I'm pronouncing it that way. That is dropped before any terminations that already has an in it. So any termination that begins with and the two vowels following each other must be combined according to definite rules. Those rules are called vowel sandhi. These are very important throughout Sanskrit. Sometimes these sandhi rules could sort of trick you when you're writing a sentence. So it's very important to pay attention to these sandhi rules. One sandhi rule is going to be introduced to you guys for this video. There's going to be many sandhi rules that we're going to have to cover throughout this course. So let's take a look at our first sandhi rule. So when the vowel a and o are followed in the same word by any vowel, they are changed respectively to I and of. Again, when A and O are followed in the same word by any vowel, they are changed respectively to I and of. So that means when A is followed by a vowel, then it is changed to I. When O is followed by any vowel, it is changed to of. So keyword is respectively here. Now, if this rule, if the Sandhi rule does apply, if the vowel Sandhi rule takes place, then you see this first step, this first bullet point, the letter A is added before the terminations. If you have to do the Sandhi, then the A must be added to the new verbal base as if it is being added for the first time, and then you do the terminations. Okay, so it's as if you're starting back from the beginning and you're adding the back to that. And let's go over what these terminations are. Why don't we? So remember that video in one of the videos I showed you the format of the conjugation. So this is the table here. First person, second person, third person, singular, dual, plural. This table should ring a bell to you. Only that in this case, there's no English in here because now we're finally dealing with Sanskrit. So let's take a look at the termination endings for this conjugation table. So we have to add the verbal base. Then at the end of that base, we have to put me, then vaha, then maha, si, taha, and ta, ti, taha, and anti. Okay? So this is the basics for this. These are the basic rules for the first conjugation. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to apply these rules, and then we're going to actually go through several examples of conjugating different verbs, and we'll be able to fill out this table together, and then hopefully everything will fall into place for you and you will be able to understand how the first conjugation works. So this is very exciting. We're into our first conjugation, and I'll see you in the next video. This is your Sanskrit instructor signing off. Namaste.